Okay, welcome back to video 2. Let's look at the recent Windows crash caused by the company CrowdStrike's security update. There are documents and records for corporations in the US that are available via the Securities and Exchange Commission's website, SEC EDGAR. Public companies by law are required to file financial statements regularly. Here is a search on EDGAR for CrowdStrike. The recent crisis triggered a requirement for the company to file a document called an 8K to notify shareholders within 4 days of a major event. Another important document is a Form 4, which indicates whether an insider, like a director, executive, or owner, trades company securities. Here is the Form 4 filing indicating that the Chief Security Officer of CrowdStrike recently sold 4,000 shares at $260 per share. Lastly, the 10K annual report has a lot of information public companies must disclose, including finances. They disclose risk factors, litigation, union issues, facility issues, and a lot more. Here are some more links to access records and documents from around the US and the world. The Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project has a link to search for global public records, and another one called Aleph to search for leaked public records that were formerly inaccessible, like company holdings and corporate tax havens. Look for the public records in your country. Here's the registry to search for public records in Costa Rica, for example. Here is a corporate violations tracker in the US from Good Jobs First. And you can also search for international companies doing business in the US. Here's a search of UBS and types of offenses and penalties paid to the government because of violations. Good Jobs First also has this great guide to strategic corporate research. Look for political campaign financing to see who may be trying to influence whom. In the US, Open Secrets does a great job of letting you search by donor and industry to follow the money in politics. For many positions at the local, state, and federal levels, officials are required to file financial disclosures, which you can view. The Congressional Research Service makes public the research documents the US Congress uses to assess policy decisions. Look for these types of documents and hearing transcripts for city councils and state legislative bodies in your area. They have data, chronologies, and links to primary sources many times. Always think about oversight. Who oversees and regulates the issue you're reporting on? Look for audit reports on agencies, companies, nonprofits, people, etc., like this US Inspector General report. I searched Boeing. You can see on the right here, you can find reports on this company with a focus in any other country. Make the source material documents or records accessible to your reader with documentcloud.org. Journalists can search documents, upload, and share them for free. Also, check out Google Pinpoint before you upload to Document Cloud. Pinpoint will, for free, let you upload PDFs, then performs OCR, optical character recognition analysis, on them so that you can search for names of businesses and people within those PDFs and collect that data. You can't share your documents publicly via Pinpoint yet. So what you do is you post them to Document Cloud after your Pinpoint analyzation. And then you can annotate and share those with readers on Document Cloud for free. When you search online and ask experts and call the agency and still can't get the record or data, that's when it's time to file a public records request, also known as a Freedom of Information request. Freedom of Information requests are a whole session or course in themselves, but don't be intimidated. Most of them are very straightforward. Here are some great sources for learning FOI requests in your country and state. Just pause to copy these short links to JIJN's Global Guide to Freedom of Information. Or in the US, you could check out the Society of Professional Journalists, FOI for Pros, a step-by-step guide. Lastly, when you find yourself needing data that doesn't exist, you may have to collect the data into Google Pinpoint or a spreadsheet from reports or articles or multiple data sources to create your own data set. Here's an example of a journalist from the Desert Sun who wanted to follow up on a California state program to house homeless people during the COVID-19 crisis. She had to request data herself from 58 California counties. Her findings showed that only 5% of clients were given permanent housing, and they had no idea what happened to 39% of the recipients of the program. Here, the San Francisco Chronicle details how it worked to fill in gaps in data on police car chase crashes in the United States. In addition to some official sources, they used article searches, lawsuit searches, and advice from experts to compile a more or closer to comprehensive data set. I showed you how to get the records and what some reporters have done when no data exists. Well, I can't go through the process step by step. Here are some tutorials that can help you with collecting and analyzing your own data. This one shows you how to extract structured data from forms in Google Pinpoint. In cases where structured data doesn't exist, here's some help on basic Google Sheets. Some of your readings go into more detail on creating data sets and what to look out for. And in her interview for this module, Monica Cordero from Investigate Midwest also talks in more detail about reporters creating data sets. Here's a review of what we learned in this session. So primary source documents and records can help you dive deeper. Keep a watchdog attitude to find answers and hold policymakers accountable. And if no data exists, you can use those records to create your own data set. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing your discussions and questions and meeting up with you at the office hours this week. Check out the quiz to test your knowledge on this module. Thanks again.